Hello, hello, hello. It's Monday and we're doing mini healings tonight. So, welcome. Looks like we've got a great crowd. So, tonight, some of the things will be the same, some will be different. And I'm open to requests. So, if you want to try something new or different or ask me something, feel free. So 10 minutes after the hour, so in about 5 minutes, we will start with our first healing pulse. And then we will jump into individual healing. So with the first of the month, I always do removing negative trapped emotions. But tonight you'll have an option. Instead of only focusing on releasing negative, what if we were to instill or imbue the positive within you? And so, if that's the case, how that works is you choose a positive emotion, and I choose two more, and then we both will strengthen and imbue those energies within you. So, I'm thinking we'll probably also do something called brain balancing tonight. And we'll do probably 3 of the healing pulses. And then we always end with the aura strengthening just because that's can be a pretty powerful thing. I've got my little Duncan here. He is a little mellow too right now. So he'll probably go to sleep very soon. He loves the energy work and it tends to just send him into an energy coma almost. So yeah, so that's the plan for tonight. So I'm not sure what else I've got coming up this month. I know August 1st, I've got my next mini healing, but I think I might want to do something else this month. Sure, we could do good luck, bad luck. So, wow. All right, Duncan, sit down. There he goes. Got the little tail in the face. So let me get my book. All right, so we got harmonious. And we've got Ephatha. I just need to practice a little more. And Angel Knight and Colette. You didn't miss too much of the intro, Fatha. 5 minutes of it was just music, since people tend to wander in. So we're going to start with a healing pulse, and we'll do a couple. We'll probably do 3 tonight, which is typical. But tonight you'll have a choice for the individual healing. If you want to release trapped emotions, which are typically negative emotions, we can do that. But I'm also going to offer a little bit of the opposite. So it's where you choose a positive emotion that you want to instill within you, and I choose 2 more. And so that's something a little fun and different because it's definitely a different focus. And then someone's requested good luck, bad luck button. And if you don't know what that is, I will talk about it when we get there. But we're going to focus on individual healing as soon as we complete the first healing pulse, which we're going to start this very shortly. Wonderful. So it's going to be a good night. I'm going to start my little book. July 7th, show number 178. And let me check and see, because I don't think my chat thing is working. Before I start the show, I go and tweak my settings, and usually it turns off on me, especially the chat, because we have a mixture of people in Facebook and YouTube, and without my little service, you don't see the other unless I go in and share each one. Let me see it. It doesn't seem to want to do it. It comes up, but then when I enter it, it does not. Well, maybe this will work. We shall just see. So let's start with our first healing pulse. So with this, the wonderful thing about the healing pulse is the energy goes to where you direct it. And so if you have something physical going on, that's exactly where you want to send the energy. If you've got something emotional, or if you've got anxiety, I want you to think about, where does that emotion live? Or when you're feeling anxiety, where do you feel that? So next, I want you to rub your hands together, start activating that energy in your hands, and now place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Now, if you can't reach it, say like it's, your lower back where you have a hard time reaching, just imagine your hands there, and then imagine my hands are on your hands. So you're getting your own healing frequencies plus mine. And here's the most important part. You just need to allow and let the energies flow. Imagine with each breath in, you are bringing the healing deeper. Imagine with each breath out, you are releasing something. Sometimes it's something of yours that's you're done with. Sometimes it's something that you took in that wasn't even your own. So just imagine you're breathing in, and the healing's going deeper and deeper. Breathing out, and you're releasing. Most people, the first one does okay, but the second and third healing pulse is usually when they feel the most. And we'll just do this a short time. Most people will know right away if it's helpful. Oh, and we have another little guest. So this is Dexter. Usually he's wearing clothes because he hardly has any hair, but it's warm. Oh, Dexter, you coming to say hi? Okay, gonna put you down. All right, so I've got my book. Let me know how you did with that healing pulse. And then to start tonight, if you want to put either what you want to work on, like you have a pain in your right leg, or you pain in the back, or you are working on a new job. Or if you want to focus on the positive, tell me a positive emotion that you want to imbue, and then I will add 2 more. All right, so it looks like Fatha, I'm assuming you're going to do gratitude as your first, will be first on the list. Okay, so Harmonious wants to manifest healthy power couple relationship. Okay, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so Amanda's going to do the positive, and she wants happiness, and then I'll add 2 more. Colette is adding peacefulness. If you hear a dog in the background, that is Dexter. Little dog, loud voice. Oh, and there's Amy. Welcome, Amy. Haven't seen you in a while, so it's nice you're here. And headaches. Does that go with the high blood pressure, Anna, or is this different? Is it like more stress related? Okay, so Angel Knight. Help with grounding in your new place. And then Jeffrey, the same thing. And so with that, this could be, there could be something negative, or there could be something we need to increase. So I'll check and see what's the best one. Okay. So Jennifer. All right, so Jennifer, I'm going to merge your 2 into 1 by putting loving support. There is a lot going on right now if you're feeling extra tired. So I know last week, Honey C. Golden talked about a timeline shift. And now I'm hearing there's been another one from a different source. And I know Honey has a new video out too. So I haven't watched that yet. All right, so. Okay, thank you for the response, Anne. Okay, let's get started. And if you're just observing because you're not sure quite what to expect, that is fine. You can just jump in. Oh, Susanna, that's very nice. Much appreciated. Crazy times. Oh, and there's Marina. Welcome, Marina. And so as you decide what you want to focus on, just put things in the comments. All right, so El Fafa, she has chosen the positive energy of gratitude, and I'm going to add 2 more to that. And so with this, whether it's positive or negative, I always ask for your help and assistance. If you're a healer, pretty much you probably know what to do. If you're not a healer, all of this is about intention, prayer, hope, and so focus on that. And so together we can make it even stronger. All right, so let's see what's going with gratitude. so I've got this. Got one. I just need one more. And this is for Alfalfa. She chose gratitude, and I am adding invigorated and forceful. And so, Alfalfa, I want you to imagine that this is yours. And so I'm going to instill that within you, but I want you to invite it in. Gratitude, invigorated, and forceful. I like that combination because gratitude is soft and lovely. Invigorated is energized, and forceful is strong. But having gratitude there softens it. So it's just very nice. All right, Marina, we're going to look for a nice job. And I think, Marina, with you, I'm going to look and see, is it better to focus on the positive, or is there something negative we need to work on? All right. Harmonious is next. So Harmonious wants to manifest being part of a healthy power couple relationship. So let's see with Harmonious. Are we better to focus on the positive, or is there some negative trapped emotion that we need to work on? All right. Amy, better sleep, less anxiety. Yeah, those two sound like they go together. Yeah, there must be something sort of big going on, because sometimes I have trouble sleeping, but usually by 1 or 2, I'm zoned out. Well, last night it was 4 a.m. That's a little too much. My Mondays are a little busy, so it was not appreciated. Okay, so let's see. So Harmonious, how are we going to do this? I'm going to focus on the positive for you, Harmonious. So we're going to use your manifesting a healthy power couple relationship as number 1. And then I'm going to add 2 to that. Okay, so I've got 1. I'm going to do 1 more. This is an interesting combination. All right, so for Harmonious, her first one that she's going to imbue or instill within her is manifesting a healthy power couple relationship. And then I chose focused. And then the last one is humble, which makes me wonder, because part of the power couple, you don't want to be too arrogant, above, and because that's part of being a power couple, right, is that you're sort of on top. Well, maybe your relationship would be better not necessarily being on top, but just being honest and authentic with each other and others. So let's reinforce. So harmonious. Bring this to you. So we're going to reinforce manifesting a healthy power couple relationship, being very focused, but yet humble. And I think that makes you even more likable. So just bring that to you. Okay, nice. All right, Amanda. Amanda wants happiness. And so let's see what I'm going to choose for Amanda. So with this, I don't read the list. I don't, excuse me, go back and forth and figure out what's a good match. I muscle test all this because my list has hundreds on it. And so it's quicker if I just muscle test, and I'm always sort of in awe about what comes up. Okay, so Amanda, I've got one. I need to get one more. All right, so Amanda chose happiness. I'm adding unique to that, and I like that because when you give yourself permission to be unique, I think it really helps you bring things that fit you to a T. The third one is prepared. And I'm like, okay, because usually the three, I can sort of weave a story. So what does prepared have to do with happiness and unique? And I'm wondering, is prepared more of a mental thing versus a physical thing? What if you prepared sort of what you're wanting and needing, and then putting out that you want happiness and a unique custom experience, and knowing the universe, it will give you this or something better. But part of it is sort of being prepared by knowing what you want or need and then getting something better. I like that. Because when I initially came up with prepared, it's sort of like I thought being like a prepper. Okay, that doesn't work out here. No. All right. Super. Colette. Colette's chosen peacefulness. And that is a wonderful one. Lots of awfulness lately and sad things. So thank you for choosing peace, Colette. Oh my writing's awful. I'm not going to be able to read this. Okay. All right, on to the next one. Okay, Colette. Colette chose peacefulness. I chose unhurried and pleasant. And that whole thing, it goes together. Because when you think of peace, it's not rushed, it's not pushed, it's just calm and unhurried, and it's pleasant. There's some nastiness and some negativity. But I think with the focus on these, it calms your heart. So breathe those in, Colette. Okay, so Anne is next. Anne's got some headaches. So let's see. I'm going to do it the same way. I think we're going to see, is Anne better working on a trapped emotion? You are very welcome, Amanda. So let's see. So Anne, I'm getting it's better. We're going to release a trapped emotion for you. That is contributing to the headaches. You've got a number of layers. So this will at least be one less layer. And then I hope when you do the healing pulse that you're doing it to wherever your headache is. If it's, tension headache, or if it's farther back, that's where you'll want to place your hands. So I'm getting the emotion of being misunderstood. Let me get an age for that, Anne, and see if that's helpful. Getting around age 26. So somewhere 25, 26, 27. So I don't know if there was some type of event or circumstance where either you were misunderstood or something that was going on was misunderstood, but it's a layer to the headaches. So let's go ahead and release that. Okay, so that did release. All right, Angel Knight. So Angel Knight and her son Jeffrey are both in a new place to live. And they need help with settling in and grounding. So let's see. So it's Angel Knight. Do we focus on the positive? Do we focus on any trapped emotions? Okay, with Angel Knight, we're going to focus on releasing a trapped emotion. I'm getting the energy of being punished. Let me get an age and see if this makes sense to you, Angel Knight. Getting around 23, so 22, 23, 24, somewhere in there. So let's go ahead and release that energy. That did release. All right, so Jeffrey. So same thing, we're going to help him ground in the new place. So let's see. With Jeffrey, are we better focusing on releasing the negative or the positive? So Jeffrey, we're going to focus on the positive. Okay. So with the 3 positive, the first one we're going to use for Jeffrey is grounded. And then I'm going to pick 2 more. I just need to flip the page. I'm going to sneeze. So hold on. I don't know why, but lately my sneezes hurt. Okay. All right, so I've got 1 more for Jeffrey. Thank you, Harmonious. I'm going to sneeze again because I can't just sneeze once. Oh, maybe just once. Okay, so Jeffrey, we're going to instill within you being grounded, feeling relief, having faith. And the 3 of them, believing in 1 will help you believe in 3. So having faith will help you be grounded and also give you relief. Having relief will strengthen the grounding and the faith. So let's instill within you grounding, relief, and faith. Okay. All right, so Jennifer's going to do the positive, and we've heard she chose loving support. So I'm going to do 2 more, and then we're going to do our second healing pulse, and then we'll come back and finish up. We still have a few more people that we're going to do the individual healing. So just one moment. Let me get this for Jennifer. Okay, so I've got 1. I need 1 more. Okay, I like this. And just so you know, I highly encourage you, if someone's got some cool words and you think they would fit in your life, it's not like there's a shortage. So you can go ahead and borrow other cool words. So for Jennifer, she's got loving support. I'm adding trusting and sensational. I like that last one because the sensational increases the trusting, increases the loving support. So we're going to just imagine that those are imbued within Jennifer. When we come back, we're going to do Marina and Amy, and I'm going to look at Angel Knight inflammation. All right, so let's do our second healing pulse. So with this, for those of you who have physical things going on, I would suggest that's where you want to send your energy. You know, and we spoke about wherever you're having the headache, I want you to be able to put your hands wherever it is. Or if you've got a backache or a foot ache, If you can't reach it, imagine that your hands are there. And then, a little out of order. So rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And just breathe in the energy. Imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper, a little further. With each breath out, you are releasing. If you are a fan of breath work, this is an ideal time to do that. Sometimes I suggest the box breath, but whatever one you choose will be the right one for you. Know that with the healing pulse, it generally goes to the issue that you're working on. If there is energy left over, then it also works on the underlying issue. However, if there's not enough energy to do both, typically your issue will come back until you work on that underlying issue. But it's my hope that this gives you some type of relief, even if it's short term. And if you have a lot of stress in your life, generally that brings things back quicker, unfortunately. Okay, so that was healing pulse number 2. As I said, healing pulse number 2 and 3 are usually stronger than healing pulse number 1. So let me know how you did. All right, so Marina is looking for a really nice job in Croatia. So let's see what we're going to focus on for Marina. Is there a trapped emotion that would be better than the positive things that we instill within her? We're going to focus on the positive, Marina. So let's see what comes up. Okay, I've got one. I just need one more for Marina. Okay, I chose an extra one for you, Marina, because initially I just had nice job, and I didn't think that was a very descriptive. So I chose 3 that go around a nice job. So the first one is invigorated. I thought that sounded very nice. Humorous and congruent. Now, I don't know if I've really ever, I can guess what congruent means, but it's not something I typically, although Marina's vocabulary is better than mine, even though English is my main language. All right. So congruent can mean certain things in like math and geometry. So let's see what it says here. Establish incentives and rewards congruent with professional standing. This one is not very helpful. Having the difference divisible by a given model. How do you say it? Modulus? That doesn't sound very helpful, does it? Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see what this one says. If two figures can be placed precisely over each other, they are said to be congruent figures. So what does this mean? So I think it means, so Marina, I think it means you have this one job that's like your goal. There's another job that you would be just as good at. You would like it, but it's the same, but it's different. So I think with this, don't get hung up on just one thing, because you are looking for jobs that are congruent, not necessarily the same type of job. Does that make sense? So I think you should be open for different fields, although Marina is a ship captain. But if there's something else that comes up that I think if you think it would be fun, I think you should be open. You have not heard that word? Wow, we stumped Marina. But I do think it's being open to more than one opportunities. And an opportunity is just not one job in one field doing one title. It's similar things that would give you happiness. So we want to reinforce those. So focus on finding the right fit, not necessarily exactly the right title or all these details, but it's the overall fit. Okay. I hope that helps. That's sort of cool, though. Congruent. All right. Amy's looking for better sleep and less anxiety. Let's see. Are we going to do the positive or the negative for Amy? There's a trapped emotion that's going to help Amy. And so sometimes removing one trapped emotion Wow. Thank you for checking with ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT too much. I use Grok quite a bit. But I know I could get better at using it. So let's see what Amy's got going. Getting the word demanding, Amy. Let me find an age. getting around age 26, Amy. So somewhere 25, 26, 27, there was something or someone, like jobs can be demanding, family can be demanding. We can also be demanding of ourselves and our expectations. So let's go ahead and release that. Okay, so I'm getting that did release. All right, so we've got one more. So Angel Knight, she's got some inflammation. Let's see what's best for that. We're going to focus on releasing the negative. Then we'll do our third healing pulse. And then we'll do good luck, bad luck button. And then we will end with aura strengthening. So I think we're running out of time for brain balancing. So with this, let me get an age. So I'm getting age around 28, so somewhere 27, 28, 29. And it's apathetic, which is feeling or showing a lack of interest or concern, someone, or you're indifferent about something. So with this, they say love and hate are similar as far as energy goes, but the opposite is being indifferent, totally neutral. And so with this, when you were around 28, was there something that you were indifferent to, or was someone or something indifferent to you? So let's go ahead and release that. And then we're going to do our third healing pulse. So I want you to rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And just start breathing in the energy and breathing out what you need to release. And some of you who are energy sensitive, your hands might be buzzing or tingling, or wherever you have your hands placed. That place might be buzzing or tingling, might get hot, might get cold, and just allow. So just breathe that in and release. Okay, that was healing pulse number 3. So next, we're going to sort of do the good luck, bad luck button. And so for those of you who are new, so your good luck button should always be on. Now, unfortunately, Sometimes your good luck button turns off. Sometimes your bad luck button turns on. And so when your good luck button is on, but so is your bad luck button, things are good, but they're not great. So here's an example. I think I gave this last month because my friend just told me it happened to her. So she got rear-ended. So that told me that her bad luck button was on. But the damage was minimal. She could drive her vehicle away. So that told me her good luck button was on. So it's sort of, so you want your good luck on, you want the bad luck off. And you definitely don't want either one of them flip-flopped at the same time, because that would just make things more extreme. So if you want to know if your good luck button is on or your bad luck button's off, just put a 1 in the comments and I will go through and we will see where you're at. Seems like the more I do this, though, the more people stay the way they need to stay. Okay, so Harmonious, Amanda, Anne, Amy, Angel Knight, Jeffrey. Now, if you do this multiple months and things flip on and flip off, that's sort of a sign that you need to find out what your underlying reason is. And so that might be a reason to have a private session with me. But we do a lot more than just work on good luck, bad luck. So, Afatha, Jennifer, Jeffrey, Marina, okay, I think I got everybody. But if you're still just watching and you decide you want to jump in, just put a 1 in the comments. I think I'm going to add me to it also. Okay, so I'm going to just start. Fafa's wearing her lucky shirt. That's cool. Okay. All right, starting with the good. So, asking the question, is your good luck button on? Harmonious, yes. Amanda, yes. Anne, yes. Amy, yes. Angel Knight, yes. Jeffrey, yes. Jennifer, yes. Ilfatha, yes. Marina, yes. Me, Summer, yes. Wow, that's a first. Everybody's good luck button was on for tonight. And that's important. That's the most important one. Because if this is on, even if your bad luck button is on, it's not as bad. All right, so we're going to check and see if everyone's bad luck button is off. And part of this is awareness too, and noticing patterns. So let's see. So Harmonious. Is Harmonious's bad luck button off? Yes. Amanda. Yes. Anne. Yes. Amy. Yes. Angel Knight. Ooh, Angel Knight. Your bad luck button's on. So that's probably why you're having a harder time. Is Jeffrey's bad luck button off? So Jeffrey's doing okay, but Angel Knight, we need to get that flipped so you can get through the rest of this move and unpacking. Jennifer's bad luck button off? Yes. Afatha, bad luck off? Yes. Marina, yes. Summer, me. Okay. All right, so Angel Knight, let's get you flipped around. So just lend support and allow that button, that bad luck button, to turn off, Angel Knight. You are very welcome, Afatha. Okay. All right, so Angel Knight, that flipped. And especially, I think the more you sort of tune in with this, the more you'll sort of, maybe you won't realize it right away, but when you look back and think, oh, something changed. We need to flip that back the way it's supposed to be. So, any questions before we do our final little aura strengthening? You are very welcome. Okay. So, the cool thing about aura strengthening is that it helps repel negativity. And as you know, there's just so many awful things going on right now. Can't seem to get away from it, whether it be people or weather stuff, crazy bad weather stuff. So, especially those of you who did the positive emotions, I want you to think about the words that you chose or were given. And so we're going to use those. But if you didn't choose a word or two that would help you. Like if you're having some challenging times, what do you need? Do you need strength? Do you need unconditional love? Do you need support? And so I want you to rub your hands together. And then I just want you to start sending energy to your aura. Imagine that especially that outer edge of your aura is getting thicker and stronger. And I usually add just a hint of reflectivity so that if someone's spewing some nasty garbage, it can get sent back to them. Now, you don't want to be totally surrounded by mirrors, because then people run into you, and especially if you're driving, you don't want that. So I usually do either like a hint of reflectivity or pieces of mirror. And then as you're beaming out, because this is all around and above you and below you, what are you going to put in here? So this is where you're going to put in the good things. So like Alfatha, she's got gratitude, invigorated, forceful. Who else had some good ones? Colette, peacefulness, unhurried, pleasant. So fill up your aura with these words that will help strengthen you. And so just breathe that in, breathe that out. Okay, so that was aura strengthening. I have not decided if I'm going to do something else, because we've got over 3 weeks until the 1st. But I've been playing a lot more with hypnosis because I'm certified in the Dolores Cannon QHHT, and also the Beyond Quantum Healing BQH. But I've also been playing around with doing some group past life regression. So I've got a focus group that I had told them months ago we were going to do something because they had sessions with me. And so I need to do that first. But if that goes well, I'll probably be offering a group regression along with sort of what I call a why session, where we connect with higher self and ask why about what came up with the regressions. It's sort of fun. But if any of you have any questions about my private sessions are a little like tonight, only much more. And we focus on, whatever can best heal you. Sometimes it's trapped emotions, sometimes it's trapped beliefs, sometimes it's an entity, sometimes it's offensive energies, sometimes it's a combination of things. There are many different reasons why. I've got a list of about 30 different tools that I use, plus additional energies like Reiki and Shambhala and the healing pulse and all sorts of things. But we focus on the things that will help you the most, the best, the quickest. So, but especially the older you get, if you have not dealt with things or you tap them down, it definitely takes longer to heal. I find that myself. Come by my problems honestly, and most people do. So welcome to Healing by Summer. I appreciate that you came and supported me, and I hope to see you soon. If not soon, hopefully August 1st. I hope you have a great night. Bye.